dragons, basic and advanced. Okay, so this is our warm-ups for the week, and then we're gonna do our message after this, okay? So make sure you stay after and listen to that message so you can tell me all about it on today's Zoom classes, okay? All right, so here we go. We're gonna be doing our break falls today, okay? So now if you're an advanced little dragon, you're gonna be doing all of these break falls from a squatting position. So if you're advanced, that means orange white belt and above, you're gonna do all of your break falls from here, just like this. If you're a basic little dragon, which is our white, yellow, black, you're gonna be doing yours from sitting like this, okay? All right, so the first one we're gonna do is our front break fall. Hands up, make sure you look to the side. Careful with things around you and make sure you don't hit too hard on the ground. It is to protect our face and our head and everything, but we can get scuffed up if we are in a rough area. So please be very careful when you're doing our break falls on the ground. So here we go. You're gonna look to the side, bring your hands up, fall forward, each. Make sure you bring your feet or your knees off the ground. Mom, Dad, if you can help them out a little bit with this, make sure their elbows are on the ground, their hands are on the ground, open. Like that, okay? Imagine you give a double high five to the ground, but not just this part, your whole arm right here. That's what you want. Look to the side, do it again. Knee. Good. And if you are an advanced little dragon, you should be doing it from squatting here. Sun. Chi. And one more. Go. Good. And all the way back up. Good. Next one is our back break fall. So we'll start with our basic here, just like this. Feet out in front, cross the arms. If you're in advance, you should be in a squatting position just like this. Okay, here we go, ready? Cross your arms, tuck that chin in nice and tight. Remember to breathe out as you do the break fall. Ichi, both hands down, and then come right back to this position. Point those knees up. Knee. San. If you're advanced, you should be here. Shi. And go. Just like that. Knees up. Point those knees up as high as you can. That'll bring you back to your squatting position there, okay? All right, next one is our side break fall. Basic little dragons. Typically, I don't do this one with you, but you can follow along. What you're going to do is you're going to take your right leg and stretch it out just like this. You're going to take your left leg and bring it all the way up. Your right hand's going to stretch out. Your left hand's going to come across. You're going to look to the left, but you're going to fall to the right and smack the ground just like this. Ichi. Make sure your head is off the ground and you're looking straight up. Do it again. Knee. Hitting the ground with the whole arm as you fall. Again, San. Good. Now the great thing about the side break fall is you have two sides, so switch them up. Left leg out, left hand out. This time right hand across, right leg up. Look to the right. This time fall to your left. Ichi. Good. Smack the ground. That's the important part. Make sure you're still on your side. Don't be on your back. That's not a side break fall. Okay, let's try it again. Knee. And up. One more. San. Good, just like that. And all the way up. Excellent. And finally, my favorite, the forward roll. So let's try this. Make sure you have plenty of room. Make sure it's a nice soft surface. I would not suggest doing this on cement, like if you're in a basement, or on wood floor. Carpet's okay, just be very careful, okay? So first things first, you wanna make sure you squat down like a frog, just like this, squat down. Pick your favorite side. I'm right-handed, so I do a forward roll with my right side a lot easier than with my left. So I'm gonna put my right leg forward, just like this, so it's just out so slightly. Then I'm gonna squat down like a frog, so I'm gonna bend both knees and not bring the knees in, point the knees out, point the knees out. So my knees point out, just like this. This knee is pointing in the direction I wanna go. This one's pointing in the opposite direction over there. So I'm gonna go straight forward, point that knee. If you have your knee this way, then you're gonna go off to that side, or if you have it this way, you're gonna go off to that side. So I'm gonna go straight forward, point that knee all the way that way. I'm gonna take my hands, I'm gonna curl them in just like this, just like that. So I have them out in front of me, don't bring them too close to you. Out in front of you is really good. I'm gonna take my front hand here, so my right hand, and I'm gonna put it through this hole right here, if you can see. I got a hole, it's like actually more of a triangle right here. I'm gonna stick my hand through there, and I'm gonna actually stick my head all the way through and focus on putting my shoulder on the ground. Now, because we're so close to the ground, you do have to push off with your feet a little bit. You gotta give yourself a little bit of a push to make that happen. We're here, tuck the chin in and put that arm through so it goes just like that. Focus on pushing your shoulder to the ground instead of your head. Don't put your head on the ground. Imagine if you were doing this really quickly. If you were going really quickly from standing, you wouldn't want your head to touch at all. So focus on making sure that it doesn't touch when we're on the ground too, okay? Try it again. Tuck the chin in nice and tight. Pull that hand all the way through and shoulder down. Just like that. I'm kind of off my mats here. I'm going to go back this way. Let's try it again. Ready? Sun. Good. Get yourself in a good position. Make sure you're squatting. If you need to pause, you can pause the video to make sure that you're doing it right. Stay here for a little while and, practice it a little bit. Practice makes perfect. I'll tell you what, I was probably not good at forward rolling until I was about a brown belt, which is about 3 years into my training. So no worries, if you're not that great at it right now, you got plenty of time to work on it, okay? Tuck that chin in, put it through, and over the top, just like that. Very good. Okay, that is our warm-ups for today. Make sure that you work on those. If you want, like I said, if you want to pause it, go back and forth. It's not a full 10 minutes for this one, but you can make it by practicing the certain ones that we did. Those are our break falls. You want to make sure you got those really good. You never know when you might fall, right? You never know when you might fall. So next thing I want to do is I want to talk about our message of the week. This week's message is Tamashi. Tamashi translates as spirit. When we talk about it in karate, we're talking about fighting spirit. So when you do anything at all, you want to make sure you put your heart into it, you put your soul into it. So you put everything you possibly can into what you're doing. So when we're doing karate and we talk about having tamashi when you do it, we're talking about that fighting spirit, that spirit that really, really makes you stand out more than others. So when we're doing our classes, or you're doing a kata, or you're practicing basics or anything like that, the difference between someone that has tamashi and someone that doesn't is the life that they're putting into it, or that hard work that they're putting into it, that dedication that you can see. So when we do our karate, we want to make sure that we put as much spirit into it as possible. Not all the time, per se. When we're learning something, we want to make sure that we have something really well. Get the technique down. And only when the technique has been practiced and refined, that's when you can start putting tamashi, or spirit, into it. There is a level. There is a level to what we do. And sometimes when we put a lot of spirit into something, our technique goes down. And when we put too much technique into something, our spirit or goes down. Now what we want is a gentle balance, and we want to be able to raise them both at the same time. So we have a good raise of skill and our spirit or energy that we put into something. You can hit something really, really, really hard, but if you don't do it in the right way, you're not maximizing the true potential of the whatever you're doing. So you want to make sure that you have that spirit and you practice spirits, kata, spirit, that kind of thing, but only practice it when we have that technique down. Having that technique is super important too. Now, we want to have that spirit when we're in class. That is key. When we're doing something and we're learning something, bringing that spirit forward and really trying to, or pretending like, you're hitting something, that is important. That is important. And that is the difference between maybe you see a student that might be out there just kind of not giving their all, and someone that is focused and really puts forward that effort. That's what spirit is. So we want to make sure that we're practicing that, or we're working on our technique, but at the same time, we're honing on that spirit and making ourselves well-rounded martial artists. All right, good message, guys. I'll see you at Zoom.